Whiskey friends, far and wide, we are live. It's Tasty Tuesday. As always, I'm Eric, your humble malt muser. What's shaking, everybody? We got 3 hours of whiskey talk going on, as always. So, why waste any time? Let's get into things. We got a good show going on tonight, and Telex and I, of course, will be on quite a little bit after that, and we'll be doing our some tastings, which I'll tell you about in a second. But first, we got to give our love out to the early birds already in the chat. Lost Cause from the Bayou, first one in. What's up, buddy? Calvin Sherry Cask pick. Damn, man, you're not playing. Sherry Cask pick, huh? Ben Demon Hunter. What's going on in Calgary, buddy? No idea what I'm going to pour. It's a nice one. I just had to change my mind about it. Edgerdour Madeira. Damn, man. Y'all aren't messing around today. Everybody's coming in with some heavy drinks. Tamika, what's up with you? How are you doing? TH Silv, what's up, Dustin? Am I too drunk to join tonight? Probably not. Maybe. It's a little early for you to be drunk, isn't it? 7 o'clock by you? Solist. Good deal. Tamika's in Chicago. Cutie. What's up? She's on that Gentleman Jack again, huh? Because of the weather. Yeah, I bet, right? Chicago's crazy. Top Shelf Dustin. Testing. DH Silv is no Top Shelf Dustin. Now. Okay. Dustin's getting serious with his YouTube game. Oh, yeah. You were saying that a couple days ago, or a couple weeks ago, you were saying there was like snow in East Texas or whatever, right, man? Dag nabbit. Store pick too, huh? Shit, that sounds great. Juan beaming his signal from the islands in the middle of the Pacific. What's up, buddy? How are you? Happy Tasty Tuesday, man. Always great to have you in the house. Stopping in. Aloha from Ben Demon Hunter. Jack, the Pickled Hound. Yeah, it is, man. It just comes up. It's like every 6 or 7 days, all of a sudden it's Tuesday again and we're drinking whiskey. Crazy how that happens. Good to have you, buddy. Got to support the brand. Yeah, that's truth. Okay, the brand. Don't play. Thanks for stopping in, man. Matt D. Bowmore 15 in the glass. It's okay. Yeah, it's about right. Okay. Is that what's it called? The darkest or whatever? Peter White, what's up in Ontario? We got 16 folks in already. Awesome, man. Great to have everybody in the house. Greg, what's up, buddy? It sure does, which is a good thing, right? All right, y'all. Let me set things up. So tonight on the happy hour here, we're going to get things rolling. I'm going to uncork a new bottle of Paul John that I just got. This is the Paul John Bold. It's a peated Indian single malt, non-chill, 46%. I'm going to get into this. I also got a sample provided by our friend Michael. It's a Carnmore Glenlassie 12-year-old, 47.5%. We'll check that out. And then Telex and Malt Show tonight. We're going to be doing some sherry. First hour, we'll be drinking some random sherry whiskeys. Grab a couple of our favorites. Just chat about all things good sherry whiskey. And then hour number 2, we're going to do a little blind tasting of a Glendronach Allardyce bottled in 2016 and a Glendronach Allardyce bottled in 2019. So it's going to be like 22-year versus 24-year. Telex doesn't know which one he's going to have in his glass at any given time because I didn't write it on there. So we'll see if we can tell the difference between the 2.5 years of maturation on those old Glendronach 18 Allardyces. So that should be a lot of fun. And you really can't go wrong with Allardyce in general. So it should be a good time. Maher's in the house. What's up, buddy? You came at just the right time, man. I'm about to get this Paul John in the glass. In a Glengoyne glass, for that matter. Get this thing rolling. Yeah, I've never had it, so I'm stoked to try it. What up, Cohen? What's going on in SoCal? Thanks for stopping in. So before we get in, I wanted to share a little something with you guys. This is, if any of y'all are on Instagram, you may or may not have been hearing, like, especially if you're a bourbon drinker, there's a whole lot of scammers out there trying to sell bottles. And like this is an issue that you run into all the time in some of the whiskey channels. So you gotta basically keep your eyes open for this stuff. If you see something that comes in your mail or your DMs that's too good to be true, it probably is. I'm going to tell you, for example, right here. Tell me if you can spot how you know this is a scam. So the account was Bourbon One Goods, okay? And he's got a bunch of posts, looks legit, ton of followers, all this, right? He just DMs me out of the blue. This is yesterday. Hey, dude, was wondering if you might be interested in the following. Weller Full Proof, $46. Weller Antique, $85. Weller 12, $39. Weller CYPV, $48. William LaRue Weller, $85. Eagle Rare, $95. Okay, now it gets even better, right? E.H. Taylor for $84. Pappy 23 for $180. Pappy 10 for $100. Pappy 120, 12 for $120. Blanton's Gold 110, Blanton's Black Edition 123. Okay, so he just DMs me this out of the blue on Instagram, right? So I'm looking at this and like, I check out his account and all this, right? Two things stand out to me. One, why is Weller Antique more expensive than Weller Full Proof or Weller 12 or the CYPV? That's because this motherfucker probably doesn't even know the difference between those, right? Obviously, the Pappy prices are ridiculous. But then also, William Lou Weller BTAC for $84, but Eagle Rare is $95. Hey, come on, man. So this is just some hilariousness. But this is the kind of stuff you got to look out for, man. Especially like I think it was Rob from Whiskey in the Six was talking about this, that he actually knew some people that got scammed pretty hard on Instagram. These fools are out here, man. Especially with bourbon. So you get some message in your inbox, man, block that. Like, these people are foolish. Don't jump on this stuff. I thought I'd share it because it's freaking hilarious. And if you know anything about whiskey, and I mean anything, you're going to be able to spot this a mile away. But, you never know. They might get more clever. Like this cat, I was going to ask him if he has the Weller 12 cask strength just to see what he would say. Dude's coming in here with $100 Pappy 10s. Get out of here, man. Like it's too funny. Anyways, PSA. I know Rob was talking about this, and obviously anybody else. Greg, maybe you've seen some of this on your Insta page. These fools just jumping in your DMs. All right, I'm gonna get this in the glass, let this rest up, get settled, a little oxygen a bit. We'll catch up on the chat, and then we'll check this out. Paul John. Nice. Ooh. So, all right. But you're on Instagram, so he assumes you're under 16 and a girl. Typically, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. I mean, or he's just like, he's got fake stock pictures that he got from somewhere. Who knows? I didn't engage because, like, I'm not going to give this guy any breath, but it's freaking obvious. I've let a couple people know that I think I let Silverlock know because we happened to be chatting at the time that, this cat was jumping around, but it's freaking absurd, man. I geeked out a bit. What's up? Yeah, man, I hear you on that. Distillery Gersten. Okay. Righteous, man. Yeah, they are. No doubt. No doubt. Yeah. I'm hearing you, man. Definitely. Yeah. Well, we're gonna peep it out, all right? We just finished up my one of my favorite palate starters, the Naked Grouse. All right, so I did a little impromptu show on Friday because I was geeking out about the Paul John Christmas Edition 2020, which if you haven't had, I recommend. It's really, really good. 46%. It's got like it's ex-bourbon, first fill Oloroso, or ex-Oloroso, ex-bourbon, slightly peated, and virgin oak. 46%, really solid stuff. And there was a good chat about the folks recommending different expressions from Paul John that people were into. And so this weekend I picked up another one. And this one is called the Paul John Bold. Basically, this is all Indian barley, but it's aged in, I believe it's Lafroig casks or ex-Lafroig casks. So it's got some peatiness to it. It's peated malt anyways. So like there's another one called the Edited, which they kind of blend two different things together. They use some peated and some non. But this one is all peated. No age statement, but you know, with the Indian whiskeys, because of the climate, obviously, like age doesn't really mean the same thing as it does with a Scotch. I think they say like, you know, for every 1 year of aging in a place like this is from Goa, India, for every 1 year in a cask there, it's like could be like closer to 3 years in Scotland, something like that. So, you know, but it is non-chill filtered, which is great. Unsure about the color. They don't mention it all. Although some folks were saying that it's a natural color. So I don't know. What do you think about their presentation? And let me know in the chat, even if any of y'all are into the Paul John whiskeys or you've had any that you recommend. This is the one. There were a bunch of cats talking about. And I know there's a heavily peated or another peated version out there that I have not had. But all right. So let me see, what can I use to show you the color of this? I'm not prepared tonight, y'all. That's what it's looking like. Hard to tell, right? But let's check it out. So it doesn't say explicitly on here that it was like ex-Lafroig cask, but they said something about Islay casks. And I read other places that they were Lafroig. And I'll tell you right away on the nose here, it smells like a Lafroig. It's got that medicinal iodine note going on, like you just walked into a burning hospital. There's some nice gingerbread sweetness kind of going on in it too. Really nice. Not overpowering. I mean, I guess it's called bold, but the nose kind of reminds me of a, wait, let me think. Kind of like a Kalila 12 maybe. Not quite as smoky, but it's got a lot of those kind of maritime notes. It's got that citrus, sweet fruit. There's a lot of honey going on in this too. Barley. It's pretty nice. Yeah, all right, let's give it a taste, man. Happy Tasty Tuesday, y'all. Okay. Woo. Yeah, that's packing some some punch. It arrives kind of coy. It's like it's pretty mellow, not really viscous. The front end, it's just kind of sweet. It's a little bit languid, but man, it really kicks up. Get a lot of oak spice, ton of peat, and it's definitely got that characteristic kind of Lafroigness to it. I mean, I honestly think if you poured me this blind, I might think it was like maybe like a Lafroig 15, something like that. It's kind of like that. Maybe even I don't know, like a watered down quarter cask, because it's really got a lot of like wood and oak influence on the palate for sure. Medium finish, a little bit of toffee, peach, melon. It drops off a little quick, but this is around like a, I don't know, $60 bottle, I think. Take it. It's definitely more complex. It's got a lot more complexity in terms of the flavor profile than I think your average like young Isla peat bomb. It seems like they did a really good job with this, keeping the peat levels at the right equilibrium and making sure some of this flavor actually comes out. It's definitely got more complexity than, if you look at like a Lafroig 10 or something like that. Here's another taste. Yeah, this is sweet. It's got a lot of nice, just kind of like yellow fruit notes. It's like a Macintosh apples, and then it just really hits you with this heavy peat, this really drying, a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of peppermint. Hey, this ain't bad. I do think though the finish is where I think this has some opportunity would have some opportunity for growth. It does drop off kind of quick. You're left with a little bit of just, again, like melon ashiness. You just wish you could get a little bit more of the development in this, I think. But not bad. I don't know if this is a buy, mostly because I'm not quite sure where it fits in. If I'm going to go if I want a big, heavy peated whiskey, I'm not sure I grab this. Although I will say its boldness stands up. It's much peatier than it is smoky. I don't know if they have ppms on here. Not that really matters anyways, but so it's batch number 6 for those who care. No. Give that ashtray thing at the end here. A lot of it, actually. Let's do a little water. Have any of y'all had the Paul John Bold before? I know Maher, I think you have, I'm sure. I think you were talking about it the other night, so. Wow. Apples, honey. There's a little bit of a, vanilla, toffee, ex-bourbon-y stuff going on in here. Expected. The nose does not really, well, here on the third, especially with water on the third go at it, man, it really tames down that smoke and peatiness. Like it almost smells like a completely different dram. Hoping for a little bit longer development with water, and I'm getting it. Obviously, this is still a neck pour, so yeah, the palate's definitely extended with water, which is great. Tames down a little bit of that ashiness too. Now it's just kind of like chocolate, hazelnut type thing. Still a lot of peat, a lot of smoke, or a lot of peat. Still got some smoke in the background. Interesting. I've never had a heavily peated Indian whiskey. I do think like the barley, I don't know how to exactly describe it, but I've noticed that at least across the Paul Johns that I've had, it's kind of a common barley note that comes through. I don't pick it up much on this. It doesn't have a lot of that cereal grain coming through, and I think a lot of that just has to do with how smoky and peated this is. But all in all, not bad. This will be a fun one to kind of explore a bit. I'll be interested to see what happens if this opens up. I'm also not sure about their labeling. It either looks good or it looks really 90s. Kind of looks like a wine bottle. Similar to the old Ben Romick, kind of like that old Ben Romick style. Although I don't really care for the way the new Ben Romicks look, but do a little bit more of this. That chill. Not bad. Yeah, let me know in the chat if you guys have had any of these. Yep. I think that's probably the case. I mean, it's coming from somewhere. I would guess Lafroig, just based on the notes, but it could be Ardbeg, maybe. Who knows? I recommend the edited. It's a great value, but my favorite so far has been the Select Cask Peated. Yeah, I have an Oloroso Select Cask, which is like 57.4. I'm going to open that up pretty soon here. Let me get back. I think I've missed a few folks. Hey, Richie, what's up? Nice to see you. Trooper Henry. Hammer. How you doing, Richie? How you doing, Trooper? Yep. On the fence about buying another Parliament. The last bottle went too fast for the price. Yeah, man. The Parliaments are expensive. God, it was like a year ago. Those were like, what, $1.60, $1.70. Now they're like $2.20, $2.30. It's freaking crazy. Crazy. What else is going on? Edited is by far the balance. The light peat. Bold is high on the peat. Almost like, yeah. That's what I'm picking up too. Daniel, Richie. Greg's a fan of the edited, reasonably presented. Have you ever seen it on an over-decorated dress? I've not. I've never even really seen enamored. Oh, nice. So the thing with the Parliament right now is, I think this year, any of them that come out in 2021 and 22, the one out this year, if you buy a bottle this year, it's actually supposedly 25 years old. And then minimum. And then in 2021, it'll be 26 years old. And then I think it drops back down to the standard 21 in 2022. This has to do with the fact that Glendronach was mothballed for a while, and so a bunch of whiskey was sitting around not being sold. And then when they reopened it, they started bottling this stuff. So in theory, each one of the whiskeys is actually older than it was up until a certain point, and then it stops. So like the 12 has already cycled back to 12 years old. But I think if you get some 12s from like 2015, 2014, they're like maybe 14, 15 years old, 16 years old. It was the same thing with the revivals. The Allardyce peaked at 24 years because they were mothballed for 6 years, I guess. So they peaked in 2019. So the 2020s are back to the new Allardyce, right? Whereas if you get any with old dates on them, always check your dates on the Glendronachs. They're like, 2019's 24 years old, 2018's 23, et cetera, et cetera. Parliament, I think, has got a couple more years before it falls back into normal. So a Parliament bought this year, I think, is 24, 25 years old. Or bought in 2020, in 2019. I don't know. So yeah, check the dates. There's some blogs out there that kind of go through all of this stuff. And of course, tonight, Telex and I are going to test two of them. We'll see which one we like better and see if you can tell the difference between them. So it should be interesting. But either way, I mean, I don't know what to say about the new Glendronach stuff. I've not had an Allardyce in the last year that was new, so I'm not really sure if it's changed any significantly. I know that I love that whiskey, and would be happy if it stays of its high quality. But there are varying opinions about the direction Glendronach is going in. Yeah, that's a lot, but it's the way these days. Folks talking about Blind Guardian, which I don't think I've heard. Yeah, really is, man. Those were $130, $140 a year ago, man. Now they're, $170, $180, $200 even. It's freaking nuts. What can you do? Is what it is. All right. What else is going on? I've lost a little bit on the chat. Matty, who's got the oldest Allardyce? Yeah. I have one of those too. Yeah. You have one of the 2019s. Yeah, tonight Telex and I are going to do a 2016 and a 2019. He's going to do them blind. I'm not. Maybe I'll try to do them blind. We'll see. It'll be fun. How's the Glenallachie trilogy? No, I haven't opened it yet. That's a single cask. It was some liquor store exclusive, but it's 14 years old, 61%. Yeah, I can't wait to dig into that one. Might have to do that sooner than later. All right. Cool, y'all. So yeah, just to recap, checking out Paul John Bold. Solid whiskey. Definitely heavily peated. If you like peat bombs, this is a good one. Reasonably priced. Again, this is around that $50 to $60 range USD, maybe a little bit more depending on where you're at. 46% non-chill filter. I mean, I think it's more interesting than your Lefroy 10s. Perhaps even more interesting than a Kalila 12 or a Kilchoman Mocker Bay. So for the price, you're getting a nice heavy smoky malt, but it's got a lot of interesting stuff going. Really eager to see what happens. Keep your eyes out for that one, especially if you're trying to get into Indian whiskey. The only thing I would say so far is, the Indian whiskey style I don't get a lot of the signature barley notes coming through this one that I kind of expected to, but I think it has a lot to do with just the peat. Minor thing. I think if you poured this like I was saying, if you drank this blind, you'd probably find yourself thinking it was some new delicious dram out of Lefroy or out of Kalila, or maybe even out of Bruichladdich. Bruichladdich is one of those ones that you get the unmistakable barley note out of. It's like this, you always get it in everything. All right. So yeah, in about 25 minutes, Telex and Malt Show. I will drop the link in the chat. We are going to be just having a little sherry fest. So we're going to be doing a bunch of different sherried whiskeys in hour number one, just chatting about why we think we're going to do two each, just ones that we think are our favorites. Hour number two, head-to-head, some Glendronach 18 Allardyce from two different years, so two different quote-unquote vintages of it, and we'll see if the flavor profiles stack up, and if anybody feels like, if either of us can detect A, which one we like better, and B, if we could tell which is the older one. So should be fun. Hope you guys can hang out. In the meantime, I got another sample here from friend of the show, Michael. And this one I know absolutely freaking nothing about. So I'm really excited to just jump in with this. This is Carnmore Glenlossie. It is 12 years old, 47.5% ABV. I'm going to lean on some of y'all malt heads in the chat to tell me a bit about this. I did not look this up. I just did not have time. Or got a little bit of a late start today. So if any of y'all want to tell me a bit about this, go for it. In the meantime, I'm going to pour some in the glass, see what we can find out. This is a distillery I've never had. This is a release I've never had. It looks like it's sherried. Probably had some sherry maturation, maybe all sherry maturation. Yes, for sure. I would buy more than one at $100. That's, first of all, I think that's the best of the edition series. None of them are. I don't know. The 2 and the 4, I think, are good pours. Yeah, if you're into the whole like collecting thing too, grab yourself a few. Those are good pour. Get one to drink, get one to put away for later. $100, that's crazy. I mean, you do not see those anymore. That's the green box, right? Yeah, I'd buy it for sure. It's actually worth drinking in addition to having. The 5 is probably the worst. 5 and the 3 I did not like really pretty much at all. They were average, but for the price, I don't know, kind of boring. The 6 is really interesting. I'm I've been working on that one. I'm going to probably do a review of it relatively soon. But it's not bad. The two is really good, but you'll never probably be able to find that. Man, I'm kicking myself. I walked into this store. This was about 2 years ago. I was in Washington, D.C. And of course there was like, I walked in and they just had like 3 shelves of tubes. I bought 2 of them because at the time I was like, I don't, whatever. I'm just going to check out some Macallans. Or I bought 3. They were like $100 a piece. A couple weeks later, I realized that like, people are huge on the Macallans. And I was like, oh man, I could probably share this with a bunch of people. I go back, they were all gone. I literally like walked into, I could have probably, bought a case or 2 of them, but what can you do? Strikes and gutters, right? All right. Let me see what else is going on. My experience with Carnmore is very poor, I'm afraid. It had a couple Glenlossie and own 2 great ones. Okay. So the Carnmore is a line from Glenlossie. Is it just like one of their brand expressions or something like that? Oh yeah, good idea. Yeah, I mean, don't tell him that he's selling them for. You probably sell those for like 150 at least. Get those for sure. Yeah, Richie said, yep. Colin would totally. Yeah, totally. I would too. Yeah, me neither. I mean, I'm not going to spend $2,000 on that. Peter White said, I liked edition 2 the most, bought a backup. Yeah, the three was weird. It didn't quite work. It was okay. I mean, I honestly think the 5 might have been the most boring of them all, but I don't know. Gary said, I have a beautiful Carnmore 1988, 2009 Glen Keith. And I got an Inverity in Glasgow 2 years ago. Wow. Okay, so Carnmore is an independent bottler then, right? Okay. Yeah, of course. Rob, Whiskey in the 6, and Jeremy said they prefer the 3 and 4. I don't know about the 3. That doesn't seem right. Yeah, IB. Okay, gotcha. Got it. I had never heard of it before. Thanks for the heads up, y'all. Peter. Oh, Don Holland. What's up? Saying hi to Peter and Richie. Thanks for stopping in, bud. How are you? It's been a while. Hope you and yours are doing well. Yeah. I didn't even like that 12 double. The 12 double, I thought really, the only 12 that I thought was worth it was the Sherry Oak. And even that one's pushing it at, I mean, I've seen it going now somewhere upwards of $75, which is crazy. But I like that one. I thought the double, what is it called? The double oak or the double matured or whatever. That one I thought kind of missed the mark. I've not had the triple, but what is it? It's bourbon sherry and like what, virgin oak or something like that? Yeah. I can't imagine. Yeah, sign me up. It sounds pretty much perfect. And eat tons of food because Indian food is probably my favorite. Rob loved the edition one. Yeah, I'm sure he probably had it. Yeah, knowing that cat. All right, so here we are. It's a Carnmore Glenlossie, 12 years old, 47.5%. I don't know anything about this, but this is the color we're looking at. I mean, it looks like it's going to be a sherry whiskey to me. Got that nice reddish hue to it. It's kind of like that mahogany, almost light mahogany, whatever. And yeah, it's sherry. Sweet strawberries. I don't know. Is Glenlossie is a Highland? Tough to tell, obviously. Sherry, vanilla, Malt says I'm looking more like his mom every day. Must be the beard. I thought she shaved the beard. Didn't she do like she did the No Shave November? I remember that. By the way, let her know. She left something. It was in her purse. It's sitting on my nightstand. Do you want to let her know to come pick that up? I'm not going to drive all the way over there. All right. So this Glenlossie doesn't. I don't know what to say about this. It just smells like a kind of standard, excuse me, sherried whiskey. Oloroso, probably, maybe even PX, because it is kind of sweet. Alan, the whiskey friend, what's up? You've missed everything. I'm talking about this sample of Carnmore Glenlossie, 12-year-old, 47.5%. What do you know about it? Anything? Nose is pleasant enough, a little bit muted and kind of just, yeah. It's almost got it's almost reminds me a little bit of a Highland Park if you took the peat out. Anyways, all right, let's give it a taste. All right, that's not bad at all. Ooh, there's some serious spice to it. It's got a lot of dark fruit flavors in it. Vanilla, some of that bourbon stuff as well. It's juicy. It's like juicy plum. Bit of oak spice. Medium on the finish. Not bad. I don't know much about this, so I don't even know what a bottle of this goes for. Throw it in the Google machine. Alan, you ever had this before? Glenlossie? Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty damn good, though. I'll tell you that much. I don't know what this goes for cost-wise, but I'll tell you, it's pretty heavy flavor-wise for a freaking 12-year-old. Man, damn. Really rich. It's all sherry. Maybe bourbon too. I don't know. I can't tell. It seems like it's mostly sherry though. Not one I ever see in the States. Greg's heading out, saying a bunch of words in a language I can't understand. Oh, what does that say? I'm assuming you're signing off. Good to see you as well, Greg. If y'all haven't done so, take a second and sub to Greg Whiskey Guide. He's got good stuff going on. Speak English. Take it easy, Greg. Always good to see you. My experience with Carnmore is better than Greg's. I like the ones I've tried. Yeah, I mean, I'm not complaining about this so far. This is pretty good. I'm trying to think of something I could compare it to because I'm assuming most of y'all have not had anything from a Glenlossie or anything from Carnmore before. I'm trying to think about peated whiskey I could compare this to. It's got this metallic, almost kind of like alkaline thing at the end of it, which is strange. But it doesn't take away much from this. I want to say maybe even a little bit of a sulfur matchstick. I mean, I'll tell you, like it's similar to it reminds me more like a Highland Park. Alex Murray 19 CS. Glenlossie was top 5 on Filling Deepest Shelf. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Oh, man. Is that what you're drinking tonight, whiskey friend? Shh. You're not messing around. That's a serious pour right there. Yeah. Today, my friend joined the stream as well. He was in the chats earlier. Don't know if he's still there. Not sure either, man. More the merrier, though. Cool. Anyways, nose on this, really great. Mouthfeel, really great. Finish, a little strange. Weird kind of metallic alkaline note right at the end, which is kind of making me not want to take another sip. A little bit sulfuric. But other than that, I mean, I don't know what the price of something like this is. I threw it in Google. I mean, maybe this is like 80, 90 bucks US. Try a little bit of water on this beast. God damn. You know what? Edredar. This is kind of like kind of reminds me of that a little bit. Really heavy and creamy. Take it easy, Gary. Yeah. It'll be great to see you. All right. Lime. Still, man, this is just an unrepentant sherry bomb. It's not even pretending to be anything else. And I appreciate that. There's a little bit of a savory note behind it. Kind of like meaty or something. I don't know. Dig it, though. Damn. Yeah. All right. Did my screen just get brighter? Damn. What the hell just happened here? I'm telling you, man. This camera, ever since I bought it, it's been doing weird stuff. All right. Whatever. All right. My general feeling on this Glenlossie is like, hey, this is solid and probably worth finding a bottle of. In fact, I'm going to do a bit more of this. Oh, Matt knows what's up. He says other than the batteries. Yeah, there's just like this slight metallic thing on the end. I can't quite make out why. I don't mind the sulfur. It's very subtle, but there is this like slight metallic thing going on. It did subdue a bit with water, which is good. Let's just try. I feel like everything else happening in this whiskey is freaking solid, man. I'm surprised that this is only 47%. And I'm surprised, like it tastes like this is like a cask strength whiskey almost. Really nice raspberry. Swami, did you ever have a Glenlossie before? Let alone one from an independent bottler? Nice. Yeah, I've not seen one yet. I have an Oloroso that's like a select. It's one of those select casks. Really, really excited to try that one soon. Ew, pow, man. Nothing but net. Nothing but net there, man. You hit that jump shot, man. That was just butter. Yeah, Don Holland, what you got in the glass, buddy? Damn. This is good. I'm actually moving into the direction of this is really good. It's just so freaking rich. It's like Edredor. As rich as hell, full flavored, all sherry. there is a nice kind of creaminess to this. There's some vanilla. It's just that little weird alkaline thing on the end, but I'm hoping it's going to start working its way out with water. Yeah, this is straight. All right, y'all. We got 15 minutes. What's a lassi? It is a well, the mango lassi is like it's a drink. It's kind of like how would you describe it? It's basically like it's an Indian beverage. It's kind of like a dessert drink of some sort. It's really sweet, fruity, creamy. I think it's just basically yogurt with fruit mixed in, but it's like watered down, so it's really light yogurt. Good stuff. They're amazing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, get yourself one. Pretty much every Indian restaurant will sell lassis, and in particular the mango lassi. Really good. Oh yeah, Jason Coates. What's up, Jason? Nice to see you. Yeah, yogurt drink, exactly. James, how you doing, buddy? Welcome in. Good to see you. Enjoying the Paul John Classic Peated. Hope Malt Music can revisit the bold after some time in the bottle, as my Brilliance and Classic has done all over time. Yeah, I'm going to for sure. For sure. I got plenty of it, and I'm digging it so far. It's got a lot going for it. 46% non-chill filtered. I mean, this is all positive. It's definitely got a lot of that. The Isla Peat, which Maher was confirming is their ex-Isla casks that it's been aged in. I read somewhere that they were Lafroig casks. It sure seems like they are, given just the way that it smells. Man, but even after sitting here in the glass, I mean, this has been sitting here for about 15 minutes. There's this nice, like solid, rich toffee note right in the middle of it. Like dried toffee, not overly sweetened. Getting a little bit more of that barley now. Starting to finally pop through. Man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is good. It's definitely not. I don't think it's quite as interesting as this Christmas edition, which I was drinking on Friday. This is the 2020. If you can get your hands on this, do it. It's awesome. But this is no slouch. I like it. I've not yet had a Paul John that's really disappointed, so this is cool. Yeah. You're talking about the mango lassi? Yeah. Yeah, man. You got to get yourself a mango lassi at some point in time in life. Oh, he says it's buttermilk. Okay. Interesting. Probably, I mean, in the States, I'm not sure they're quite as authentic about it. He says it's a summertime beverage in northern parts of India. Mostly Punjabis consume it. Cool. There you go. Alan, good to see you. Take care. Sleep well. All that. And we are getting close to being on Telex watch here, y'all. Let me get ready for that. If you just joined, Telex and I are just going to be doing some sherry in hour number 1 tonight. And then in hour number 2, we're going to go do a little bit of blind tasting. Telex is going to have, we're going to do 2 samples of Glendronach 18 Allardyce. One of them is a 2016 or 17 bottling. I got to double check. Which, because of the way the Allardyce is aged, because the distillery was shut down for a while, it is actually 22 years old. This one is a 2019, so it's 24. So it's going to be like an extra 2 years on this. And so we're going to do him. He's going to do him blind because I'm not going to tell him which is which until the end. And we'll see what he has to say about it. But let me just confirm what that other one is here. Allardyce. An Allardyce party. So the other one that we're going to do, man, they both just look so freaking beautiful. This is the good thing about Glendronach. There's not every distillery does these scan dates on the bottom, but this is the way you can tell. So if you go into a shop and you're looking for and you see Allardyce on the shelf, you can check the date here. So this is 2017. So this is going to be 22 years old. And then this other one is going to be 24 years old. So it's going to be like literally a 2-year difference between the two in Oloroso sherry. So we'll see if Telex can tell the difference between the two. Either way, check your dates if you're going to go Allardyce hunting, because you can still find some of those 2019 sitting around. And the difference between that and a 2020 or a 2021 is huge. So that's going to be fun. Yeah. Hell yeah, definitely. Definitely. It's the dairy. Does the trick. All right, man, I'm gonna say this Paul John Bold this is worth getting your hands on. Keeps getting more and more interesting. Excited to drink some more of those. So I have a couple others that I do have a 2019 Christmas edition. They started doing them in 2018, but the US only started getting them in 2019. So this is the 2019 release, and this one is all PX finished. So this is a PX finish on this one. I'm not sure for how long. The 2020, much more interesting in terms of all the maturations. These are around like $80, which I think is a total steal, especially for this 2020. So this one is ex-bourbon, ex-Oloroso, and virgin oak. And it's killer. You can check out, I did a video, I was drinking it live on Friday. So you can go back and take a look at that if you're interested in learning more about it, but highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. I could already see that thing making my top 5 this year for sure. It's just freaking full of complexity and flavor, 46% non-chill filtered, everything you want. Oh yeah. Might as well chuck that 21. Yeah, I was thinking about it. Actually, you know what? I don't know what the year is on this, but again, it's the same thing going on, except these are still going in terms of increasing in age. So this one is a 2019 Parliament, I think, or 2020. So this one's like 24, 25 years old. Yeah, it's 2020 or 2019. So it's 24 years old. But if you get a 2020, it's 25. And if you get a 2021, it's 26 years old. But then once we get into 2022, it's going to fall back into being straight up 21s with, you know, the spirit that they were putting in after they reopened. So there's going to be some difference there for sure. And I know some folks are already kind of not thrilled with what's going on with Glendronach. What's up, buddy? How are you? Happy Tasty Tuesday. I talked a bit about that Instagram post that I got shared earlier at the beginning of the show that I showed you, man. Fucking ridiculous. Those PJs look great. So hard to find around here, but I picked up Brilliance over Christmas. Nice. I remember where you're at again, Jason, but I'm not sure if they can ship to where you are. But if you're looking for any, there's a great place called Blackwell's Wines and Spirits. Blackwell's. It is in California. They have a Christmas editions 2020 right now. They have a bunch of the other ones too, all reasonably priced. The Bold, they have the Bold, the Nirvana, and the Brilliance, I think. And something like there's an Oloroso. So you can check that out. They might ship to you. And again, they're really, really reasonably priced. And I'd highly recommend that Christmas edition 2020 because it's fantastic stuff. Enjoyed your Only Need 5 video. Yeah, I watched that today too, Alan. That was good, buddy. Although it was a very Alan video in that there wasn't anything heavily peated in there. I was like, when is he going to say Ardbeg 10? We gotta change our channel names to have like Rob does, so like he can do everything in 6s, so it like coordinates with his name and get that extra bottle in there. I should do one of those too. That would be fun. I might be able to put something like that together. Yeah. No, you should. You definitely should. I'm telling you. That stuff is freaking fantastic, man. I highly recommend it. Oh, Peter White's correcting me on that. Okay, so in 2022, the Glendronach 21 will be 27. You're right. So it's 2023 when it will fall back to being 21 years old. So even with the prices going up, you know, they're $220 now, which is like expensive stateside for those bottles. But if it maintains that, I mean, 2 years from now, if it's $250 and you get a Glendronach 21 Parliament, but it's actually 27 years old, that might be worth the money. Yeah. Chicago. Yeah, Tamika was in the house earlier too. She was saying it's still pretty crazy there. It's snowy as hell here in West Philadelphia too. So that's right, Kansas. Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, man. If you're looking to try a Paul John, take advantage. They are good. Yeah. And if you spend over $300 there, you get free shipping, which is just like, what? Okay. Yeah, they do. They do, especially when, like, I could appreciate a scammer if they at least pretended to know what they were talking about. Like, that was so bad. I mean, that post was ridiculous. William LaRue Weller, $84. Pappies that don't exist for $100. And then William LaRue Weller, $84. But Eagle Rare, that's $95. Old Weller Antique is 85, or what was it? It said it was 65, but the 12 is only 46 because they don't realize that it's actually they think antique means old or something. Fucking clown show, man. Amateur hour. Yeah, do it. Let me know if you do it. Let me know. You're hard pressed to be disappointed in that whiskey. I'm telling you, it's got a little bit of peat. It's got a ton of complexity from those different maturations. It's aged, balancing really well. There's so much to explore in it. For $80 at 46%, like, I think it's a must buy. I really do. I haven't had a whiskey in a while that, you know, upon opening it really just like blew my mind. And that one's up there. It's one of the more exciting things I've had so far this year. Nirvana is nothing special. Yeah. It's the Johnny Walker Red of Paul John. Yikes. I'm going to avoid that if I can. All right, we're on Telex watch now, y'all. Let me just do a quick check-in with Telex, the whiskey tech. I think we're probably almost ready for the live stream. Sherry Fest 2021. I hope y'all can join us. Getting a little bit of feedback. 1 second here. Let me see what's going on with our man Telex. Oh yeah, he's ready. He's gonna be starting any sec. I'm gonna drop this link in the chat, my friends. If you can't join us, you know, check out the playback. Before you leave, pop a thumbs up on here. If you haven't subscribed, feel free to. Helps the channel out a lot. Makes the chats even more interesting and gets attention on it, which is great. Appreciate you all for hanging out again tonight on Tasty Tuesday, and do join us over at Telex, the Whiskey Tech's live stream. 2 more hours of whiskey talk. It's Sherry Fest. We're doing Glen Allardyce's. We're going to be doing all sorts of stuff. Links in the chat. I will see you guys over there in just a minute or two. Stay safe, be well, and new review jumping Friday. So check it out. Peace, y'all. Take care. Be well.